That should be the one.
Ah, perfect. Thank
All right.
you. All
See it
right.
going up now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Just checking here, and I'm not sure if the people on Facebook can hear you
Yeah.
as well.
Nope. They said, Viv says I have no sound.
Okay, let's fix that. All right.
Beautiful.
I think that does it now.
Okay.
Got audio on both sides. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Tyler, as always, you are a lifesaver.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I think you got it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thanks, you guys. I can tell by your comments. This is wonderful that you let me know you couldn't hear me. So thanks, Vivian, and thanks, Patty. All right. And that's good. Okay. When we got set up, we forgot to turn the mic on. I could have done sign language, but I don't really know it well. But I'm so glad that you guys let me know. Hi, Ruth. All right, perfect. We got sound. We're good to go. So let me start this over again so you don't have to read my lips on the first part. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday at my sewing room. And of course, everybody knows I'm Sandy. And I'd like to thank you for joining me not only on Facebook, but on YouTube. And now that you can hear me, it's even better. So we do meet Monday to Fridays for our show at 10:30 a.m. And we have a variety of different things that you can listen to Monday to Friday. Lots of good tips and everything. But thank you. Thank you so much also for all your likes, your loves, and today especially your comments, because I would have been miming things all morning, but thank you for that, and thank you for sharing us with your friends as well and letting them know that we're here. All right, so special hello. We have a few of the people already on. Patty G's on, Ruth C's on, Vivian H is on, right on. Also from last week, thank you to those who were watching: Denise B, Teresa W, Tina B, Ann L, Lana T, Vicky S, Betty M, Ruth, of course, is here now, Nancy C, Loanne F, Glenda I, Ria G, Carol D, Sandy A, and I hope your anniversary is either you had a good one or you'll have one coming up. All right, and Vivian H, of course, Deborah A, Mary Z, and Jean J. So thank you so much, everybody. Now, I thought since tomorrow is the first day of summer, I'd get kind of summery. And we'll talk about some of the fun things we can do this summer for projects. I was a little hesitant this morning to bring out the short sleeve shirt, the sunglasses, and the bonnet, since we have frost advisories and snow in our area. I still believe that we will get summer. Yay! Let's hear it for summer. All right, so from now, June 20th until August 28th, we're going to look at doing some fun summertime projects. They're projects that you can do and have some fun with, or you can share with someone else. That would be great. So this week, I have projects in my closet. I hate to say that I got this one in 2018. So it is time to work on this project. It is a Laura Heine collage. And if you have not seen Laura Heine collages before, these are the sweetest things. We have a couple hanging up in our store. We have Abilene, Nola, and Garden Party. They're all by Laura Heine. They come as a pattern, and we get to cut things up and glue them down. I just think that is the most fun stuff. So let me just show you some examples of the Laura Heine patterns. This first one is called Pin Cushion by Laura Heine, and it's of course a pin cushion, but it's very intriguing. This one has some applique to it, as well as some of our collage that we're going to work on. And she's got quite a collection of them. So there's that one. She has Old Blue, which is a really cool summertime truck. I don't know how many people go back to those days on the farm when we had these little round trucks. It almost looks like we had a little one that had lights right up on the top of the truck, and it looked kind of like a rabbit. It was really cool. So that's Old Blue. Or you might be sophisticated and want to try the pink Cadillac. Whoops, sorry, slid down. Pink Cadillac. That is really cool. Reminds me of that movie that they had coming out there a little while ago, that one about the summertime one, and there's a lady in the white T-Birds driving around, and everybody wanted to catch up with her and talk to her. Anyway, so that's kind of cool as well. Now, for those people who like to travel, she has a really cute one called Flora, and it's a vintage trailer collage, and it's a little round bowler trailer, and it's all done in really cool little fabric with flowers and fun things that you might find on your trip. Isn't that sweet? Or you might want to do something that's kind of farm related. Here's Henrietta, and she's a really cool little chicken. But you can see all the varieties of different fabrics and how she's placed them, the cool little eyes and the beaks and stuff. It doesn't have to be realistic. It's just more for fun. If you really want to be realistic, she has one there. It is called Blossoms and Spokes. And it is a bicycle. This is not a Laura Heine, but it's done similar way with applique and what we're going to do today. So if you want something really realistic, Blossoms and Spokes by Cotton Sheet Commons. That's kind of fun too. All right. Now, to do these projects, of course, have a look at your supply list. Now, I'll show you the one that I'm doing. And as I say, I've had this one since 2018. So I thought, it's time to look at the little piggies. This is Lola and Olive. I don't have this in stock right now, but we could probably get one if you would like one. And there is a supply list on the back of every one of the patterns. And they ask you to get some background fabric, main border fabric, and then coordinating border fabrics, different grays for outlines so that you can outline your piggies and eyes and things. They asked for some different greens and yellows for the grass and the straw. And then cuttable flowers and underlay fabrics for the bodies of the pigs. So things that are kind of pinkish in tone. And you'll need some she says primarily pink tones. Then you just need some additional scraps. So this is a good scrap buster as well. So then you need a 1/4 yard of binding, 1.5 yards of backing, and then we get to the really important stuff. You need a yard of pattern ease. So you can come in and measure. I'm saying the pattern as in US measurements, but you need some pattern ease. It would help if you got some either Steam-A-Seam light or any kind of two-sided fusible. Applique pressing sheet is really important because as you press these, they do stick to your iron if you've got a mess, which I have done before. They asked for a black thick point Sharpie. I used a pencil, but that's okay. Rotary cut mat or ruler. They asked for the K Buckley scissors, which I didn't bring up with me, and some fabric fused glue. So I'll show you some of the things that I'm going to use. All right, let's have a look. I have a really big mess going on here, but I got to ask you, how did the tailor keep in touch with his friends? Oh, social media. So talking about social, sorry, sidelight here. Talking about social, we have social sewing going on at our store right now. So you and your friends can come and talk and be social and sew in the back room in our classroom. And it's only $10 plus tax. And you get a coupon back that you can use that $10 for something that you need in the store. So if you want to join up for one of these and get your friends to come, check out our calendar at mysewingroom.ca and look at the class schedule, and you can see where all the social sewings are booked in. And then you can just give us a call at the store and we can take your bookings over the phone. And then you just bring all your gear with you. We have tables and irons, but you bring all of your other necessities with you and you stay and have a good day. And we do have a refrigerator. We do have a microwave. We do have an air fryer, coffee, tea, water, whatever you'd like. And bathrooms, of course. So you could come and do social sewing and be in touch like the tailor and his friends. All right. Okay, let's clear off some of the stuff. Now, if you're like me and don't really have a good stash of fabrics, Dawn is wonderful. She actually makes kits that fit the patterns. And then if you like, you can add some of your own to your problems. If you have a problem. Old Blue, for instance, has a beautiful kit she's put together. Let me get into the center. So you've got fabrics to start with. She puts in your background fabric, that type of stuff, so that you've got a head start. So there's Old Blue. The pin cushion one I think is absolutely adorable. It's a beautiful bright one. I was thinking of doing this one, and then I remembered I had the Lola and Olive in the cupboard, so I thought I'd better do it. Pink Cadillac has got a spectacular material kit with it, fabric kit. So that one's there as well. And she did up a really nice one for Henrietta. Really cool blue. It's kind of like my shirt. I like that. It's very pretty. All right. And then she did Flora, which is the little bowler trailer, which is beautiful fabric as well. And then, of course, she did make one up for Blossoms and Spokes. We do have this pattern available for you to see as a finished product, I think. I'm not seeing it out there. There's one thing about being up top when you're doing this. You can see everything that's down on the floor and what's going on. The reason I'm up in the studio today is we have a wonderful group called Quilts from the Heart meeting today. This is their last one before the summer break. They usually meet September to June on the third Wednesday, and they're here as a volunteer group, and they make quilts and donate them to great causes. I can't remember it used to be the Sheldon Schumer Center, and now it's not, so it has a new name. But Nancy Longston runs that, and if you're interested in helping out and doing some volunteering quilting, they meet on the third Wednesday of each month, September to June. All right, let me just get rid of my patterns here so we can work on our table. All right, so when you open up your pattern, you are going to find, of course, instructions. And as you open up the instructions, you see a picture. She gives you some directions as to what you need, how to do it. She gives you samples of what it is to put together. I think the hardest part will be picking out fabric and where to put it. She tells you how to then cut it out and place it onto your background, and then make up this grass, figure out how to put it on, and then quilt it and bind it. So, and of course, always the supply list is on the back of the pattern. Inside the pattern, of course, is your template. This is just printed on paper. So you can open it up and you'll see, you can get a feel for how big this is going to be. But that's the pigs that, I'm stuck on the camera. Let me go to front and show you. This is how big the picture of the pigs is going to be. Lola and Olive. They're so cute. Okay, so this is what we do first. Lay this big sheet out. Okay, and then you get yourself some pattern ease or easy pattern, because we sometimes carry both. They are available here at the store. It comes bolted on a bolt like this, and then she tells you how much to cut out. You cut out what you need. All right, so that's the pattern ease that you need. So that's what I did yesterday. So this is what I started with, so I could show you. I laid this out, pattern ease out over top of the pattern. And of course, I always have more than enough, because she always tells you, I think a little more than what you need. So I laid this out on the table. You're going to need a little bit of room to do this. And because I didn't want it to kind of slide around or whatever, you can put those lovely wonder clips on it to hold the edges, because all you're going to do is trace your pig over top of the one you've got. So, and she said use a black marker. You could do that. I just used a pencil. And I think you can see that from both sides, front and back, because that's what you're going to be cutting on, are those lines when you're done. I may put it extra. I may get a black Sharpie and just follow over those lines. But that's all I did, was trace the big pig off, the pigs off her backing. And this is Lola and Olive. I don't know which is which, but there they are. They're having a nice little get together. So that's your first step, is to take your pattern she gives you and trace it onto your pattern ease. So I hope you realize we won't be doing this all in one segment. I'm going to start today, and then at the end of each month, I'm going to give you an update as to how it's going and let you know how my project is faring. So which means I'm going to be bringing it back and forth to the store. So what I thought I would do is, I don't know how many of you have you jigsaw puzzles that you do, and there came a mat where you could put your jigsaw puzzle down and then roll it all up and bring it. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to put this on the mat and then roll it up so I can carry it without losing any of my pieces. A pool noodle or a hollow tube will work if you can get one big enough that you can roll it, which means then you're going to be adhering these with a temporary glue. So there are Soline glues, there's 505 little glue sticks, anything that will help stick it down temporarily, because we're not going to actually iron it finished until we've got all our pieces in place on top of Lola and Olive. So now this is where the hard part comes in. I think picking fabrics is probably the hardest thing. And of course I was smart and I got one of Dawn's beautiful packages of fabric. So I think I will have enough fabric here. If you don't, add a few from your scraps that you've got, or come in and grab a small section. We cut as small as a 0.1, which is 4 inches, which would be enough to work with. That's probably lots of fabric. So I've got my fabric. I've got my pattern all printed out. So then the hard work comes. We are going to take these fabrics, and using a two-sided fusible, one like Steam-A-Seam Light 2. This one is good because when you use this one, it actually has 2 layers of paper, and if you pull back the first layer, you have a tacky surface. So that's great. That tacks onto our pieces of fabric. And then we have another one you pull off, and it's tacky as well. So this one then can just be tacked down on your picture. But if you don't like where you put it, you can move it. So this one is just a temporary until you iron it. So Steam-A-Seam 2 is what she recommends. I think that's for ease of cutting and selecting position. So you can use this two-sided fusible, which is the Steam-A-Seam Light 2. There is another one. It's probably a little too heavy though. We like the light Steam-A-Seam 2. So you can use that. Or we also have a Pellin product called Wonder Under. So for this one, you would, it has the sticky surface right here. You would iron this onto the back of your fabrics, and then you'd go ahead and cut it out. So then what you could do is use a temporary glue stick just to glue this down. And as I was saying, we have the Soline glue sticks. You can use the 505 glue stick. Any temporary glue stick. There used to be one called lapel stick, but it's not called that anymore. They've renamed it, but we have a few other glue sticks. You just use the glue stick to set the fabric in place. So if you're willing to try this, I'm quite sure you can be spectacular at it and make a really great product, make a really wonderful picture. So my job next is to take my fabric and take some of the Wonder Under, or if you're using the Steam-A-Seam Light too, and iron it on and adhere it on to the back of your fabrics. And then I'm ready to start cutting. So that's be my next chore, is to then figure out where I'm going to place some of these fabrics. And that's probably that takes you the most time, is deciding where you'd like to have this in relation to what on your picture. Because I'm going to try and make it as close to this as possible. Some guidelines. So at the end of July, we will be bringing this back and showing you what I've got so far. Anyways, I thought it's kind of a fun summertime project. I'm going to lay it out on my card table and work on it a bit at a time. And then when it's ready, I'll bring it in and show you my progress and whatnot. So that's my first of the summertime projects. It's going to be a collage. And as I say, there's lots of them that you can try and do. All right. What did the dressmaker drink when they got thirsty? Soda water. Oh, I just love these textile jokes. So, what did the textile seller name their two daughters? Oh, Polly and Esther. Yes. All right. I don't know how many of you people out there are Star Trek fans. There was a series called Star Trek Next Generation, and Captain Picard was the captain. And he would say this to his right-hand number one, Will Riker. And he would do this. What did Captain Picard say when he saw his sewing machine? Make it so. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it so in this next 2 months, from end of June to the end of August. We're going to do some fun summertime sewing. All right. So things that are happening, things that are coming up this week still. Facebook tomorrow, Facebook, YouTube is Tech Talk with Cliff. So yeah, tune in and see what he has to say. I don't know on Friday if we'll have a Facebook or a YouTube. It depends on whether Anne, who is at Bernina U, can get a way to do a little live update. So, and the time we don't know, it'll be to be announced. If she does it, it will be recorded on Facebook and YouTube. So that is on Friday. All right. Now, what else is happening? Social sewing, as I said, you could come in and do social sewing. Next week, Anne and Michael are back, so we are going to get some updates from them as to what happened in Detroit for Bernina University. All right, what else is happening? Looking ahead, we have a great presentation with Rob from Trentex, how it's made batiks, which should be very entertaining. That's on Friday, July 12th, 10:30 to noon, and it's $15. And Rob's a great presenter. And of course, he always has things to give away, like door prizes and stuff. So he's kind of entertaining and definitely something worth watching. Now, also coming up at the end of July, a little bit more summertime fun. We are having a Kimberbell Day watch party. Now, Kimberbell is having a Kimberbell Day on that Saturday, July 27th. They're having Kimberbell Day. It's an event. You have to go to their website and sign up for their day, Kimberbell Day. It's then provides you with a free downloadable design. But we thought we'd have some fun too, because sometimes it's kind of, if you're sitting there all by yourself and have no company while you're watching this. We're having a watch party at the store at my sewing room on July 27th. So if you want to come and join some friends, we're going to have a little watch party and do the Kimberbell Day on the big screens in the classroom. By all means, please sign up. It's $5. And during that time, we will be watching her demonstrations. We'll get a peek at what's coming next year for Kimberbell projects, events, and And of course, there'll be some treats. I believe we have some cupcakes. Yep, and we're going to have sprinkles, and we're going to have some fun, and we'll do a party. Anyways, that's on July 27th. It starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. So it's early for a Saturday, but we'll have the store open and ready for you with some coffee and some cupcakes, and we can have a watch party together and figure out what's coming for next year. I think that'll be so much fun. All right, so that is what's happening in our schedule for a little while. So stay tuned throughout the summer for some fun sewing projects, and keep an eye on me and see how I'm doing on my collage project, I should say. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for the little bit of a blurb of a start with the no sound. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of the week. Summer is here tomorrow. I heard we're actually going to get some very nice summer weather for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We won't talk about the rest. We'll just worry about this weekend and enjoy our summertime. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining me. And tomorrow will be Tech Talk with Chelsea and Cliff.